Generation Z voters are furious that President Biden signed the bill to ban TikTok, and they're now turning against the man who they helped win in 2020. Okay, let's back up. This story is such an important story. You had, in the last election cycle, you had folks that were hugely organized, and they were going online and they were trying to defeat Trump and have Biden elected, because Biden was making them all these promises. If you do this, I'm going to take care. I'm going to take care of the oil industry. He did just the opposite. If you do this, I'm going to give you access to whatever you. There's been no access. If you do this, I'm going to open up this notion of freedom of speech. Just the opposite. So that's what they're reacting to. Yeah. I mean, those things I just said are right here in this article from quotes from people who, in the last cycle, I worked for the guy. They are abandoning. Generation Z on this process is completely abandoning Joe Biden.
Yeah.
And it's not just age or this sense of dementia. I mean, it's a lot more involved.
It's amazing that it is so policy focused with this young generation, because that's something we typically do not see.
I'd love to see it.
Yeah,
I mean, don't you?
It's great.
I'd love to see that.
Because they're paying attention to Israel and Gaza, and they say, look, we're not pleased with what you're doing to exacerbate these issues over there. We don't like that you are completely ignoring the issue of climate change. And I know some people are going to disagree with me on that issue, but on the whole, on the bigger picture, we are not doing nearly enough. But these young voters, more importantly, were recruited by the Biden campaign. And once he got in office, he had them meet at the White House. I wasn't a part of the meeting. I actually happened to be in D.C., visiting with my family outside the White House, and I saw this group of people out there. I was like, "What is this? Is weird." And then I followed these
story on this.
Yeah, I follow them on social media and saw them posting their pictures. So, oh my God, these are social media people that they've got at the White House with Biden. So, by sheer coincidence, I happened to see it happen.
Yeah.
But they embraced them. They promised it would give you $83,000 a year.
Yeah.
And now they're turning their backs on them.
Okay, they're turning their back. Now, the best analysis, Elena Wood, okay? This is a very well-respected media creator. I mean, she's all over the media, creating her own material. And so she was very vocal and for Biden last time. And you know what she says? She says, I'm not going to take their propaganda just because they demand that I take their propaganda. I'm going to think for myself. I'm not going to praise you constantly, President Biden. I'm not going to do all of your bidding for you. I'm not like some empty-headed buffoon who you spoon-feed me and I'm going to go say it. I love that.
Yeah.
Because that's what you're seeing with these Generation Z types that are saying, look, I gave it my best shot. You were a disappointment. You still are a disappointment. But the TikTok thing, that is, I guess if we go in an order, TikTok's really one of the big issues. Yeah. You're banning free speech. Then it gets to the climate issue. I mean, they're thinking about, they're actually analyzing. These are promises that were made by Biden. And this is what's actually happening, and they are just leaving in droves.
Yeah, they wanted a transformational leader. They didn't want a bridge, right? And that's what we were told in 2020. Hey, Biden, he's not perfect, but he's going to get us over to the next person. Mm-hmm. Okay, he even said during the campaign, I'm going to be a one-term guy. He told us that. I did a video on it when he said that. Yeah. And okay,
no, people will comment on this segment. He didn't say that. Hell yes, I'm a one-term guy, because he knew he's going to be the oldest president in the history of this country at 81, 82, and 83 years old.
Yeah, because
he said, I'm only here for one term.
That was during the Democratic primary back before he ran away with it. And I did a video and I said, listen, he's telling us he's going to be one term, so let's not invest in that. Let's invest in somebody that can do 2 years or 2 terms, But it also kind of kills me here that this report does mention the fact that of the left-leaning people on YouTube and TikTok, which, part of that, said only about 25% of them are occasionally critical of Biden.
Yeah.
So you got 75% of these people that are still...
Well, yeah, it's all the blue hearts, vote Democrat, vote Democrat. I mean, they're being paid to do that. I mean, they show up on our site. And of course, we get rid of them because all it is just trolls. I mean, you can see it immediately. So the big blue hearts, it's like they'll put 20 blue hearts, vote Democrat. I mean, it's going to take more than that. It's going to take, as this woman, Elena Wood, said, give us something to work with. Okay, don't spoon feed us zombie-like propaganda and expect us to deliver just because you're going to invite us to the White House for dinner. I mean, that's kind of it. You know, we're going to have access to Biden if I say the right things. And she says, screw that. I'm not willing to do it. And a lot of people in Generation Z are saying the same thing.
Well, and that's honestly part of the problem too, is you've got too many of these influencers who just want that, oh my God, look at me, I'm getting a picture with Biden.
Exactly.
It's sickening. You know, we don't get invited to any of these political things, and we've been doing this for 20 years now.
And we don't want to.
Exactly.
I mean, it's not my goal to say, hey, I got a picture of Biden, I got a picture of Trump. Who the hell cares? I know a lot of people think that's important, but you've got a whole bunch of these Zers that are saying, oh, hell, I'll say anything. Just invite me to the Christmas dinner, whatever the hell.
And look, you know, I've said before, as it stands right now, I'm going for Biden.
I know you are.
But I'm absolutely not going to not criticize him when he deserves it.
Well, they see you most of the time. I mean, let's call it what it is. Every day, you're going after Trump. I mean that's because there's so much to talk about.
Exactly.
I'm not complaining about that because, you know, I own this network and I support that. I support you going after him. But at the same time, we can't be zombies and just spoon-fed propaganda and have these, you know, snowflakes get mad at us every time we talk. I don't really care. I mean, literally, when our people see blue heart, blue heart, blue heart, blue heart, vote Democrat, that's gone. It's gone from our side. We don't want them back. I want people to think. I want them to listen to what you say about Trump and critically think about it. I want them to listen to what both of you and I say in a segment like this and think about it.
Yeah.
God forbid, huh? Farron Cousins, thanks for joining me, okay? That's all the time we have, but all these segments are going to be posted right here on this channel in coming weeks. So make sure that you're subscribed. I'm Mike Papantonio, and this has been America's Lawyer, where we tell you stories every week that corporate media won't tell you because their advertisers won't let them, or their tribal politics don't allow for it. I'm too Democrat, I'm too Republican, I can't listen to that. We don't have that problem here. We aren't beholden to corporations. We're not beholden to political parties. We hope to see you next time.
That it had helped dirty money flow through its branches around the world, including at least 800...
Plaintiffs allege that the defendants provided money and medical goods to terrorist groups Hezbollah and Jaish al-Mahdi.
This is a well-organized business for these individuals that carry out these attacks. Terrorism is a business, and they run it like a business.
They knew about what was going on for a decade. They absolutely, no question about it, knew that HSBC was washing money. They had every reason to understand it was for terrorism and it was for drug cartels. Took no action whatsoever.
These banks are involved. Their accounts are connected, and they're using them to mask the transactions. The more complicated they can make the transactions, the more distance they can put between the bad guys and a seemingly legitimate purpose of these funds.
They pay $1.9 billion, which is a drop in the bucket compared to what they've made, and nobody goes to prison. These CEOs, these bankers that made this decision, they're safe at home. They know what they've done. It's resulted in the death of Americans, contractors and soldiers, not just hundreds, but thousands. And we look the other way because they don't look like criminals. The die is cast. The people that are responsible are on Wall Street.
And they don't look like criminals. It's almost a suspension of disbelief. Sometimes I'll have people call me and say, is this real? Do they really get away with this? Yeah, they do.